14 Tucson firefighters have tested positive for COVID-19 since the start of the pandemic. That number might sound alarming, but the fire chief says it's actually proof their safety protocols are working. 9 News 5's Taja Davis explains.
632 firefighters in the Tucson Fire Department. 14 have tested positive for COVID-19.
Certainly we are not impacted nearly as severely as some other fire departments are here in Arizona and around the country.
TFD's protocol has changed over time with the CDC guidelines for first responders and healthcare workers. But Fire Chief Chuck Ryan says, as of right now, firefighters and EMTs are wearing different levels of PPE. And he says in the city of Tucson, the PPE supply is in a good place.
The PPE supply is now pretty good. We are not burning through it at the rate we were early on, and a lot of that is because of educational efforts and really focusing a strong focus again on that triaging the level or degree of potential severity for the call.
And triaging the severity lets responders know how much PPE to equip. Now, in terms of living quarters, Chief Ryan says social distancing is a bit of a challenge, but the department does have protocol in place.
We've instituted a mandatory face cover policy within the station. So when the crews are together and they're not sharing a meal, if they're training, watching television, whatever, during a little bit of downtime, they're supposed to have a face cover on within the station.
But if they're in their separate dorms or 6 feet apart, a mask is not required. He says TFD didn't have a positive COVID case until April, and then no other cases hit their responders until early June after the Memorial Day weekend. That's when its numbers started to increase.
But 14 to 15 firefighters, commissioned firefighters, after more than 3,000 COVID or COVID-like patient contacts test positive for the illness is a win to me. That tells me we're doing the right thing.
Chief Ryan says none of those firefighters who tested positive were hospitalized. They've all recovered with mild to almost no symptoms. Taja Davis, KGUN 9 on your side.